This video is going to be for all the growth partners out there and aspiring growth partners, and most importantly, struggling growth partners. This week, I had someone spend over $1,000 to have an hour session with me because he finally came to the conclusion that he'd rather do build and release, essentially sell implementation instead of becoming a growth partner, because he spent tens of thousands of dollars, spent 8 months and trying to become a growth partner, and he still doesn't have a client. And I wanted to make this video because I would want to essentially save you a year of your life, tens of thousands of dollars, and even money to pay me for consulting. You don't need to pay me to get help. And this video is going to be the help that you need. So for me to explain the advice I gave him, I need to first backtrack, and let's first think in first principles. What makes a growth partner valuable for a company? The number one reason why someone is going to be willing to pay you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month for you to be a growth partner for their business is because you have one thing, and that one thing is called leverage. Leverage comes from a few places: data, insights, so you know things that most people don't know. That's one. Second level of form of leverage is labor. You have a team. That company would rather give you a lot of resources, a lot of capital every month, because you own the talent that they need. They don't want to waste time going and build that team internally. Okay? Right now, a lot of people are being told, and of course you can also have technology advancement, so you can have an edge on technology and you can own that specific tech, and people can want to be a partner with you because you own specific technology. But let's just focus on the fact that, hey, you have a data or insights that the company doesn't have, or you have a specific process that most people don't have. You have access to technology, or you have a team. Today, most people who are falling into the trap of becoming a growth partner have what I call zero leverage. They just only have the desire to become rich. So from that desire, they're being sold on this business model, which is growth partnership, which does not work if you don't already have leverage. And to me, I don't understand how people think that they can become growth partners when they have 1 year worth of marketing experience. All you literally know how to do is do cold email or run Facebook ad, and you think you're going to be worth tens of thousands of dollars a month for an organization? Like, guys, we still live on Earth. Money is hard to come by. No one is going to give you $250,000 because you ran a Facebook ad. The only reason why someone would give you that kind of money is because you're going to be offering them a sophisticated solution mechanism that is hard to come by. If all you're selling is a school community and Facebook ad, are you kidding me? For me, I don't understand it. I would never, ever give 20% of my business to someone because they built me a school community and can run Facebook ad. It is ridiculous. And this, by the way, this advice applies also to the growth operators out there. A lot of you guys are finding creators and scamming them out of 30%, 50% of their income because you built their community and you set appointments for them. Like, are you serious? That's a commoditized skill. A VA can do outreach in school. A VA can build a school community. And someone to run ads is $2,000, $3,000, maybe at most $5,000 a month, right? But it's not worth tens of thousands of dollars a month for, right? So my advice to you guys who are out there wanting to become growth partners or growth operators is acquire leverage. Acquire leverage first. And here's what I recommended to the person. Find first a unique mechanism, right? Go study a market, a niche. It could be people selling courses. It could be people selling software, the software niche. It could be people selling, HVAC companies, local businesses, local professional services like lawyers. It doesn't matter. And then I want you to first understand, what is the top 1% of the market doing? And what is the 99% of the market that's not experiencing most of the returns doing? And I want you to figure out what the gap is. So as an example, we can look at real estate. Most real estate agents aren't really millionaires and multiple 9-figure earners because they don't necessarily have a brand. So the typical offer that is sold to real estate agents is lead gen. It's Facebook ad. But we both know that everybody can run Facebook ad, and not every realtor who's able to get leads is a millionaire. So that means that selling Facebook ad isn't necessarily the key. It's not the thing that gives you an edge. An edge comes from doing the things that not everyone else can do. So you would look at someone like Ryan Serhant and look at the fact that, oh, this person is actually using content to gain an audience for free. And they still run ads, of course, but then he's able to build brand that is more valuable and get clients in inbound. Now, but it's not just getting clients, it's getting believers in the product that he has to sell. It's people who'd rather go with him and refer all their clients, all their network, before they go sell a home with or buy a home with someone else, right? So now you need to understand that what creates the top 1% in a niche, this is a real estate example, is the thing that not everyone is doing, and that becomes the thing that you sell. You need to take what the 1% is doing and deliver it to the 99% of the community that's left. And you need to sell it as a system. You need to sell it as an asset. Do not sell it as a monthly retainer. If you do sell it as a monthly retainer when you're starting out, you're going to lose a lot of margins because you're going to stack $2,000 a month. Then you're going to need to hire a media buyer and then someone to do content, an editor, and then it's going to eat up your margins. And by the time you attach another client, you're also going to eat up into your margins. So you're only making money only to lose money. What coming in is coming out. So what I suggest to do is build and release it, but charge the value of it up front. Here is important. It is important to understand the sequence. When you get 5 clients a month that pay you 10K each, you make 50 grand, but the cost to fulfill is like 5K a month on that 50K worth of income that you just generated. That means that you're 45K in profits. Then you do that another month and you make 45K profit. Then you do that another month and you make 45K in profit. After 2 months, you have $180,000 in cash. Once you have $180,000 in cash, or maybe you do a year and you have $1 million in cash, or maybe after 2 years, you have $1 million in your bank account, what I want you to do is I want you to go hire the best of the best media buyers, the best strategists, the best salespeople, the best systems integrators, the best systems architect for a specific niche. And I want you to go back to the market and be like, hey guys, I've built the best team. We have access to data. Why do you have data? Because you've built and released so many of these systems into hundreds of companies. And a lot of these companies, you're getting to see what works and what doesn't work. So now you can go back to the market and become a growth partner. You have a bunch of money sitting in the bank. You have a bunch of team members who are A players. And on top of that, you have data. You have leverage. Then you can go back to someone who's making $10 million a year, $5 million a year, $20 million, $50 million, and say, hey guys, I don't need you. You need me because I have what you need. But I'm not going to work for you guys if you don't pay me at least 10, 20 grand a month. And that's the base retainer. On top of that, I need 10% of the value that I deliver every month. If I'm bringing you guys 500K a month, I need 10%. I need 50 grand a month. It's either you want to give it to me or you don't. It's up to you. I don't really care. And the reason why you don't care and you're not needy is because you already have this main business that's printing cash every single month because you're building and implementing these systems into these businesses, right? Again, avoid becoming another retainer agency that's just stuck in one client at a month, because when you stack one client at a month and you have to deliver every month, you're the one that has to take on the cost of operation. You have to take on operational complexities. You have to hire people. You have to manage people. And all these people require more money and OPEX to manage the people. That's why the traditional agency model does not scale. Okay? But this is how I made $8 million in 24 months. I did not go from being a commoditized agency owner making 30K a month and be like, oh, I'm going to go become a growth partner booking appointments for people. Nobody would have given me a second of their day to give me 10K a month because I can put VAs in their company. That's stupid. It's too expensive for the value, for the leverage they get. But instead, what I did is I said, hey, I'm not going to become a growth partner. I'm not even going to charge you every month. I'm going to charge you 10 grand to 15 grand up front. And people are more open to paying you one-off fees because they know that, hey, you're building me an asset that's going to produce value time and time again, even when you're not there anymore. Okay? And that allowed me to raise a lot of money fast. $8 million in 24 months is not little, right? Over $1 million in the bank account in like the first year of doing this. And I went ahead and hired a team that cost me now almost $250,000 a month. It was impossible for me to build a team that I pay $250,000 a month if I would have gone with the traditional agency model, which only stacks one at a time, because there are people that I would not even have been able to hire with my old 30K a month agency. You need to be rich to attract the great talent. And how fast you get rich is dependent on the throughput that you can allow in your business. How many people can you serve, and at what cost do you serve them? Do you sell $1,000 a month services, or do you sell 10, 20 grand for each client that you get. You can make a lot of money really fast if your average order value is over $10,000. And that's something that a lot of people do not get. I promise you, you do not have enough leverage to become a growth partner. You don't have enough to bring to the table for you to be worth $250,000 or more. You need to earn a seat at the table. And the only way you earn that seat at the table is if you're already good, you're already rich, and you already have the team, and you already have the data and the systems that someone else would be willing to trade you a lot of money to get, because they get infinitely more value from getting it, right? This is why I believe that 90% of everyone wanting to become a growth partner or growth operator today, they're not going to succeed. They're not going to succeed. And you also have to understand how many companies are actually going to pay you 10, 20K a month. Do you know how hard it is to build a company that can afford that kind of money? 95% of companies go out of business after like 5 years, right? And the few that are remaining, that are actually printing money, they're not stupid. They didn't get there by being a dummy with allocating capital. They got there because they were smart with investing their time, investing their money. So if you think that they're going to give you their money, then you're probably delusional, right? So that's my advice. It's up to you guys if you want to listen to it. I mean, I have nothing to gain if you listen to it or not, but I recommend you guys learn to sell products and productize services before you become a growth partner, because it's the only way that you can acquire the leverage. You need to get rich right now and then buy up leverage. Anyway, love y'all. Check out the 12-hour thing I did on build and release if you want to learn how to essentially start selling productized services, systems, sell implementation, because it can change your life. And use the Growth Creator Funnel on YouTube to get clients, so you don't have to struggle in email and cold outreach to get your clients and spend a year waiting to get a client. Okay, the sales cycle for growth partner deals is like a year, 6 months to a year, right? Because it's a partnership. Nobody's going to give you $250,000 because you look good or that you have a suit on and you look professional. No, you actually need to be good. Okay, but that's it for today, guys. I love y'all. Anyway, see you guys in the next series. Bye-bye.